Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is John Rose, and today I'm going to go over something that's really important when we're taking a solid food vacation, and that is massaging our colon. In fact, we can even do this when we're not taking a solid food vacation, just in case we might be a little backed up. And when we're not backed up, but we're on a solid food vacation, it's really important for us to get in there and massage on our colon. Now, first of all, we have to have an understanding of where our colon is at. It's helpful to do a quick image search on Google and look where the cecum is at, where the ileocecal valve is at, where the colon is at. It starts down here on the bottom right side of our body. Small intestine connects into the large intestine by way of a pouch. There's a valve on both sides. The ileocecal valve is the one we really want to focus on, that connects the small intestines to the cecum, because it can get stuck open if we get backed up. But when we're on a solid food vacation, we want to clean our entire system out and help loosen things up that might be caked on the side of our wall somewhere. Now, the cecum is located right around where your appendix is at, and we want to go in the direction. It kind of goes this way a little bit in the beginning. We want to go this way, and I'm going to show in a minute what this looks like on the floor. I just did that a moment ago, and hopefully it will look okay and I can use it. If not, this is going to have to work. But I couldn't see my reflection very well. You could even tell if I was in the picture. But I'll find that out when I get back home. But we want to go this direction, and then we want to go in circle, either go in circles up the ascending colon, across the transverse, and then down the descending colon. But that's not where we start. We always want to make sure we have a place for this stuff to go, so we really start at the descending colon right here. And we go straight down. Then there's a small bend right in here where we go into the sigmoid colon. So we have three main bends in the colon. We have the ascending colon coming up. Over here we have the right colic fixture, and that's our first bend. And then the transverse colon goes like this, and then there's another fixture right here. It's the left colic fixture, and it goes down for a little ways, and then it bends slightly, not as sharp as the other ones. That would be the sigmoid fixture. And then we have the sigmoid colon, which comes about right here, and then the rectum goes straight down out to the anus. So we start our massaging process by starting at the descending colon, going down, going through the sigmoid, going down to the rectum, making sure we have a place for all this stuff to go. And then we start on this side, come this way, and dig in there as much as you can. And hopefully in just a few moments, I'm going to show you what that looks like on the ground, where we get on our back, bend our knees, drop our knees to the side, and what that will do is it'll expose this area a whole lot better so you can get into it. And this makes such a huge difference. And what's interesting about this is when we do this, as we break things loose from the sides of our wall, even if we're not doing it intentionally, gas is going to be released. So it's really fascinating about this is while you're doing this, you'll start noticing you're going to have to pass a little bit of wind because you're breaking things up. And it kind of reminds me of what it's like to bleed the brakes in a car. If you've ever done that before, you have brake fluid going to the brakes, you pump on the brakes, the brake fluid goes down to the cylinder, it pushes everything to make it go. Well, when you work on your brakes and you get air in those brake lines, you got to bleed the brakes. It takes two people to do it. One person's got to be in there pumping on the brakes, and the other one opens up the hole at the end and lets the fluid come out, make sure all the air comes out, and then shuts it off so it's airtight. So that's kind of what's happening with our colon. And again, when you start breaking things up, you'll notice as you're doing that, you'll start having a need to release a little bit of wind. Be careful. When you're doing a solid food vacation, especially in the beginning, when you think you're only passing some wind, a little moisture might come with that, so you have to be careful. Many times you can tell ahead of time, can't you? But many times you can't, so you have to be careful. And again, why would we do this? Because the things we eat get all gunked up inside of us, and it can use a little bit of help simply by massaging. And even if you're just constipated and things aren't moving like they should, and you're starting to really feel bad, there's a good chance waste matter's backing up and back into the small intestines. So again, go where the ileocecal valve is and the cecum, and go that direction. Do an image search on Google and look at where that's at relative to the body. You'll get an idea of where it's at, and then you can feel it as you're going along. And I like to do this best after I drink a whole bunch of juice. And I can hear water, juices slashing around in my intestines. And then when I hear some gas release, I'm going, oh boy, I know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to wake up and have some of that old stuff come out of me. Again, in just a moment, I'm going to go ahead and hopefully see if this taping I did a moment ago on the ground to see if that will work. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off and go to that. And if it works, I'm going to come back and finish where I'm at now. Now, one of the best ways to massage the colon is to lay flat on your back, bend your knees up, and what I like to do is I like to put one leg over the other and drop it off to the side. This is how you would do oblique exercises for your oblique muscles. But what I want to do is I want to massage my colon, and I want to be able to expose this part of my colon a little better, especially this area right in here where your appendix is at. This is where the small intestines connects into the cecum that connects into the large intestines. The cecum is a pouch. It has a valve in the front and the back. There's an ileocecal valve in the front pouch going from the small intestines to the large intestines, and we want to work this way toward it. And then there's a pouch, a real small pouch, and we want to go through this area. And then we want to go in small circles up around the colon. But again, when we drop our knee to the side, it allows us to get in there better. And I like to get in there, just massage as much as I can while I'm on a solid food vacation to try to break up some of that stuff that might be loose on the side of my colon wall. Now, when we do this, we always start on the other side first. We start at the descending colon and cross the legs the other way, drop them over. And I'm not sure if y'all can see me that way. Let me turn a little bit and see if I can show this a little better. I got a lot of sun in my eyes. I can't tell if I'm even in the picture or not. But we want to start at the very top of the descending colon and work our way down into the sigmoid colon, down into the rectum, and down. Once we do that, then we can go ahead and start back over where our ileocecal valve is and our cecum. Once again, we've got a 30-foot food tube. The last 5 feet is the colon. That's what we're going to be massaging today. The 22 feet prior to that's the small intestines. It connects to the large intestines by a pouch called the cecum. It has 2 valves. The main valve we want to focus on is the ileocecal valve. Sometimes it can get stuck if we get backed up. But we want to go in the direction it's supposed to go. And then as we are in this position, we can get in there and massage on the sides of the colon wall. And when you're taking a solid food vacation, we want to do this for as long as we can. Watch a movie, read a book. 2 or 3 hour period of time, keep going back in and massaging. Try to break things up. And then it comes over to the transverse colon. It comes around. And then again, we go to the descending colon. And what we want to do is we get to the sides of the intestines and try to see if we can break things up. Now, this is one way we can kind of play doctor. Because if we push on ourselves and we feel discomfort or pain, we know there's something there. So if it's a slight pain, you want to keep working on that and see if you can't break things up. If it's a deep pain, it may be something serious, so you have to be careful. You may need to have that checked out by somebody who knows what they're doing. Realizing most people in this area don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to use this in the middle of a video I'm about to do. I haven't done it yet. I just want to see if this will work. To give you an idea of what it's like to drop the knees over, try to expose this area a little bit better, and get in there and break things up. Okay. Did it work? Well, I'll know when I get home, and you'll know because you just got through watching it. The point here, my friends, is when you take a solid food vacation, you want to support the organs of elimination. Very important that we massage our intestines on a daily basis to get things out. And remember, if you feel a slight pain, that means you've got more stuff in that area, and watch what happens when you massage in there and you break it up. All of a sudden you go, hey, I got to pass a little wind. And when that happens, ow, you're in for a treat.